Hello, kids! Welcome back to our magical Ramayana stories. Kids, do you remember what happened in the last episode? Oh, yes. Queen Kekai used her two boons. She asked that Bharat should be crowned as the next king, and Ram will be sent to the forest for 14 long years. King Dashrath wept bitterly, but Ram accepted his father's promise calmly. Sita chose to go with him, and not just that, Lakshman too joined. And we saw that how Urmila silently sacrificed her own happiness. She accepted the sleep on Lakshman's behalf for 14 long years. And at last, Ram, Sita, and Lakshman stepped out of the palace and left for the forest. Now, kids, let me ask you two simple questions based on the previous episode. Okay, so my first question is, when Ram accepted the Vanvas, did he become angry or he remained calm and respectful? Can you tell me? And the second question is, what promise did Lakshman make before leaving Ayodhya? Was it to protect Ram and Sita day and night, or to return quickly back to Ayodhya? Can you answer these two questions? Yes, I am very sure that you will be able to answer them. Now let's see what happened when Bharat returned to Ayodhya and he learned about Ram leaving the palace. So let's begin our today's episode, Bharat's Heartbreak. Far away in Kekai's father's kingdom, that is Kekaya, Bharat and Shatrughan had been staying happily. But soon, a messenger arrived with urgent news. He said, Prince Bharat, your presence is needed urgently in Ayodhya. Bharat did not know what had happened. He set out at once, eager to meet his family. Worried and curious, he rode his chariot faster. But when he reached Ayodhya, something felt different. The city was quiet. The streets, once full of laughter, were heavy with sorrow. He wondered, why is everyone so sad? His heart began to beat faster. When he reached the palace, Bharat first searched for his father. But the throne was empty. The ministers were in grief. And then the news broke out to Bharat. King Dashrath was no more. The grief of parting from Ram had broken his heart, and he had left this world. Bharat's eyes filled with tears. Oh, father, why did you go without even seeing me once? He turned immediately to his mother Kekai, hoping for comfort. But instead he heard the truth. Kekai told him proudly, My son, I used the two boons. I used them for your future. I sent Ram to the forest, and now you are going to be the king of Ayodhya. Bharat was completely stunned. Mother, what have you done? You sent Ram Bhaiya to the forest? You made my father suffer so much? How could you do this to me, mother? He stepped back. His voice was shaking with anger. I never wanted the throne at such a price. You have hurt my father. You have hurt Ram Bhaiya. And you have hurt me too. You have broken my heart, mother. Kaikai stood silent. She was ashamed. Bharat turned away. His heart was burning with sorrow and love for his brother. Bharat quickly gathered his ministers, Queen Kaushalya and Queen Sumitra along with him, and he declared, I will not sit on the throne which once belonged to my Ram Bhaiya. It was always his throne first. The throne belongs only and only to my brother. The people of Ayodhya were relieved to see that Bharat is as noble as Ram. Bharat said, I am leaving to forest. I will get my brother back to Ayodhya. I will return only with him. With queens, ministers, priests, and thousands of citizens, Bharat set out towards the forest. They carried chariots, food, gifts, all hoping Ram would come back. At last, Bharat reached a place called Chitrakoot, where Ram, Sita, and Lakshman were staying. The forest of Chitrakoot was silent. Lakshman had built a small hut for all three of them to stay. When Bharat saw Ram dressed in bark, Sita Bhabima sitting beside him, and Lakshman standing to guard, Bharat fell at Ram's feet, tears streaming down his face. He said, Bhaiya, please return to Ayodhya, rule the kingdom. Without you, neither Ayodhya nor I have any joy. I cannot accept the throne that is yours. Ram gently lifted Bharat and embraced him. He said, My dear brother, I know your love, but how can I break father's promise? I must spend 14 years in the forest. This is my duty. Bharat's face turned pale and his voice shook with sorrow. He fell at Ram's feet and cried, Bhaiya, don't you know? Our father, our beloved Maharaj Dashrath is no more. The pain of sending you away was too heavy for his heart. He called your name again and again, but you were not there. And in that grief, he left this world. Ram stood still, as if struck by thunder. His eyes widened in disbelief. His lips trembled. For a moment, no words came out. Then folded his hands. Ram looked up at the sky. With tears streaming down his face, he whispered, Father, my greatest sorrow is that I was not by your side in your last moments. Let your soul find peace. May the heavens embrace you as Ayodhya always did. Lakshman and Sita too wept silently, their hearts broken by the news. The forest around them seemed to echo with sorrow. Ram then placed his hand on Bharat's shoulder and said softly, My brother, our father is gone, but his words remains. To honor him, I must complete these 14 years in the forest. This will be my prayer, my offering to his memory. Bharat bowed down before Ram with tears in his eyes. He said, Bhaiya, if you will not return to Ayodhya with me, then at least give me your humble padukas. I will place them on the throne and rule only on your behalf. This way, Father's promise will be honored, and the people of Ayodhya will feel that you are still with us. Ram could not say no. He gently removed his sandals and placed them in Bharat's hands. Bharat held them to his head with deep reverence and said, I will never call myself the king of Ayodhya. I will live like a hermit, wearing simple clothes, eating little, and waiting for the day you return. These sandals will rule Ayodhya, not I. And so, kids, Bharat returned to Ayodhya with Ram's Padukas. He placed them on the throne and ruled the kingdom with love and fairness, always remembering his brother and his father and living like a servant for Ram. Meanwhile, Ram, Sita, and Lakshman continued their journey into the forest. They came walking deeper and deeper in the forest. They walked through thick trees, they crossed the rivers, and at last they reached a beautiful place on the banks of river Godavari. The place was called Panchvati, filled with tall trees, sweet fruits, and singing birds. There, with Lakshman's help, Ram built a simple hut of wood and leaves. Sita decorated it with flowers. That small hut became their home, a home of love, peace, and devotion. And thus began a new life of Ram, Sita, and Lakshman in the forest. Children, what have we learned from this story today? There are three main learnings. First is that true love means giving up everything for the one you love. Bharat showed us that real love is not only about taking, but also about giving. He gave up the throne because his brother was more precious than all the riches and power in the world. He ruled Ayodhya only in Ram's name, proving that sacrifice is the purest form of love. The second learning is a promise kept is greater than the crown. Kids, Ram taught us that promises must be kept, even when they feel difficult. A true leader does not run after comfort or luxury. Instead, he chooses duty, truth, and honesty above everything else. The third moral is a real home is built with love, not walls. Finally, when Ram, Sita, and Lakshman reached Panchvati, they reminded us that home is not made of shining walls or gold palaces. A real home is built with love and respect, with togetherness. Wherever there is family, care, and trust, there is happiness. But kids, the forest in Panchvati was not always peaceful. One day, someone very unexpected came close to Ram, Lakshman, and Sita. It was none other than the Rakshasi, the demoness named Shurpanakha. At first, she looked at Ram with curiosity, but soon her heart filled with anger and jealousy. What made Shurpanakha so furious? And what she did when she saw Ram and Sita together? And how did this moment changed the peaceful life of Panchvati forever. We are going to find this all out in our next episode, that is Shurpanaka's anger, a storm in the forest. And now, kids, let us fold our hands and say together with love, Jai Shri Ram.